We're going to talk quickly about what we have listed here as agentic fleet ops, but really what we're going to talk about is how, using the partnership between Databricks and DOMO, specifically with a partner Coantech, in under 40 hours, we were able to build a full agentic AI-driven digital twin of both a mechanical asset in the field and a human process in dispatch. So first, if you're not familiar, what does DOMO and Databricks look like? Well, DOMO extends your Databricks investment. All the data that you have within Databricks can be leveraged and used using DOMO in place. And we can layer on top. We have over 1,000 plus connectors that are already ready to go out of the box to help ingest and hydrate the data lake, but also allow you to ingest other data much more easily into your pipeline. We have a drag and drop, no code, low code tool for doing ETL and transformation that all operates on your Databricks compute. And we have a fully contained front end that allows you to do low code, no code, all the way up to pro code app and visualization and interface. What this means is that we can take what we currently see as the modern analytics stack, where we have our sources, connectors, ETL, ELT engine, Databricks, and then apps and ML, and we can make this much more efficient, right? Coming from the environment that I've come from over the years, the more places I have for failure, the more likely I'm going to have failure. It also means the more experts in a system I need, which can slow down development and time to value. DOMO allows you to simplify this entire Databricks powerhouse by simply going from data acquisition into Databricks with ETL and AI capability on top of Databricks layered in for you, and then out to your pro code and no code apps and visualizations, all in an entirely contained and synchronous environment. No longer do you have to have multiple tools and know how to use multiple tools in order to access your data. So, to summarize, we can connect to the data, prepare it with smarter insights, and build agents faster through power smarter agentize with combined data with powerful AI and agent capabilities. Easily connect and prepare your data to transform it. Engage with real-time analytics, which we're going to talk about, and then workflows and automations, which can drive your agents, as well as just plain institutionalized best business practices in environments will make sure that it happens automatically and correctly every time. So the agent in particular we're going to talk about was a RAG-based agent that was utilizing the low latency capabilities of Databricks, which has just been discussed and announced, right? So data ingested near real time from IoT devices in the field. In this case, telemetrics from fleet devices. Real-time ML ops operating on that using AutoML to identify the best model to determine anomalies that needed to be sent to the agent. And then using SQL Alert, real-time triggers over to an agent in DOMO. Okay. The agent in DOMO then takes that data along with additional operational data and other sources, whether it be SOPs, other procedures, et cetera, or in this case, even vibration data around bearings, and bring it together and execute multiple asynchronous interactions with humans for human-in-the-loop, agentic-driven AI solutions. Right? In this case, fleet maintenance and logistics. Both of them get separate interface communication from the agent, identifying areas of concern and actions to take, and then coordinate those actions. Ultimately, sending it back to the actual devices in the field, the fleet operators, upon acceptance and approval. I'm going to go through that step by step here. Step one, as I indicated, using the low latency capabilities of Databricks, everything's happening near real time. Data comes up, gets processed, analyzed, and any event that needs to be triggered is immediately triggered over to DOMO. From there, DOMO picks it up, takes and acts on that trigger, analyzes the data in context with the rest of the organizational data and information that's been given, and takes care of action orientation. One of the key advantages of this is why? What is the beauty of the agent here? We could use just rules. You maybe could, but the problem is rules are just that, rules. And they only apply when you're within the boundary of which those rules mattered. And usually those are suboptimum decisions. Those are decisions we've established that we're going to take the known downside for the security of it always being general. In this case, what you're going to see is that by harnessing LLMs and AI in this capability, we are allowed to create dynamic, realistic, and sophisticated solutions that are meaningful to the people in the field to take better decisions and actions than they would have before. What does this look like in DOMO from an agent perspective? Well, as I mentioned before, we pride ourselves on the fact that everything can be done low code, no code, with the opportunity for pro code. In this case, here's an example of low code, no code. With just dragging on shapes and setting them up, you can set up agents in minutes to hours, not weeks or months. Okay? Again, as I mentioned before, and I'll come back to again, one of the coolest things about this project when we put it together was it took us less than 40 hours, people hours, not a week of 10 people, but less than one full-time equivalent to put together the full agent that you will see here. Another key component that you can leverage with DOMO in combination with Databricks is the fact that we provide a fully interactive user interface. This means that we can create not only message boarding like this out of the box, but these are clickable, they're actionable. The human being can actually enter comments, changes, decisions, whatever in there, and that data can be sent back throughout the rest of the pipeline and even sent back into Databricks based on actions chosen. Additionally, using the front-end capabilities, we could bring a full, true digital twin of the situation to bear. In this case, if you're looking at this might be the fleet maintenance board, where they can actually see which component in real time has failed or is likely to fail on this particular asset. Now we're using fleet here as an example, but anybody who has any other manufacturing or IoT needs understands the power of what a digital twin down to the asset level with graphical capability, pulling from your own work information in terms of work orders, work instructions, and technical documents, what that means to be able to do that in real time in an interface like this. Additionally, as we said, we can tailor the migration for the users. You get to choose all this. You can control who sees what, with what governance, because we leverage Databricks' governance. You can control who sees what, with what governance, what action to take, and to filter those actions back through the rest of the process. The agent will wait for maintenance to determine whether or not they're going to accept the recommendation or one of the recommendations. If so, it then executes over to the actual maintenance facility, letting them know to expect this vehicle. Meanwhile, it's waiting for dispatch to approve if there were any high priority packages or things that were perishable that mattered, that needed to get there now, that could not survive that delay, to be in order to reroute with other assets in the field that could still pick those up in time and not cause further system disruption. This kind of thing today normally takes quite a big concerted effort across many parts of the organization and many people, looking at a lot of different records and a lot of different systems. The agent can do this all on demand from a single trigger, and by the time anybody even knows something's happened, they already have recommended action plans. In this case, if you guys are used to it, it's not a plan, do, check. It's a plan, transfer, repair. But in this case, again, the agent generates the plan. Now, the agent can be set up however you guys want. So it could be multiple plans with a priority or a singular plan. But a plan is recommended. If it is chosen, meaning if it is accepted, then it moves to the transfer stage in this case, which is, okay, we're going to take this out of service, we're going to get it into maintenance, and we're going to transfer any necessary packages, and then execute the repair. Okay? As you'll note here, we have also continued to expand the awareness of the system. Not only was it how likely is this to fail, when will it fail, when do we have to reroute it so it doesn't fail on the street, but also the rerouting of the repair has already taken into account not only what is the failure mechanism, but where do we have the spare parts, where do we have the skills available within the repair service technicians to do this job, so that when this vehicle pulls in, we know already it can be done right there for the fastest amount of time, and it has already provided not only a root cause, but recommended actions and expected repair time. So the system now can already be aware of when this asset is expected to come back into service for future agentic decisions. Obviously, the end of the day for this is we massively increase our opportunity to meet our agreements and ensure customer satisfaction with on-time deliveries, or in this case also materials that didn't spoil or weren't perishable. However, in a more generalistic solution, this is the notion of how close to purely predictive maintenance can we get and always in operation supply chains, or how close can we get to always on time deliveries by being able to understand even things like traffic patterns, dynamically rerouting around traffic, but also understanding time on road, other types of conditions, even down to have we properly accounted for loading the vehicle. All of these things can be built in through the data acquisition, through Databricks, and into the agents for analysis. So, as I indicated, this isn't just about fleet ops, although we use this as an example. This is about anything that involves needing to use low latency data combined with organizational knowledge, whether it be through procedures, practices, or other information, even in other systems, and bringing it together with an agentic solution to empower multiple organizations within, or multiple functions within your organization to take better informed and more effective decisions and actions in near real time. And with that, I'm going to leave this up here for a second because I wanted to talk again about one of the notions that really impressed us in this project when we worked with Coantech, was that between the ability to bring in vibration data at sub-second, I'm talking hertz type, 1,000, 10,000 kilohertz data coming into Databricks, being processed and determined for anomaly at scale and time, and then being able to trigger an agent on demand for efficient and reliable operation that could then reply back to users in an interactive environment in minutes. We did not expect as a whole, we knew that DOMO would allow us to do it quickly. We did not expect it would be less than 40 hours. But everything together was less than 40 hours, including the interface. So true unlock for your ability to use your real-time data using Databricks and DOMO. And unfortunately, I give you guys 5 minutes back because in the panic to get this presentation up, I went quite quickly. So, but I do appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.